arm swing, if you're a right-handed golfer, swing from the right-hand side, your right arm can swing in this manner, which is what I call side to side or side on. It can swing this way, which is under, or it can swing this way, which is on top. So you look at a player like a Paul Azinger, he's an on-top golfer. Okay, Tiger now is a side-on golfer. You see much more of this type of motion in his golf swing. He's trying to eliminate the flip, keep it more side-on. I'm an under golfer. You want to come into it this way. All right. So what you'll find out is that your arm doesn't work best all three ways. It works best one of those ways. And we can prove it to you. Like, let's grab a golf club. We got a golf club around? There we go. Okay, so come on up. Just get set up like you're going to play a shot that way. Okay, so as we go through, if we watch, actually here, let's turn this way so everybody can see. Okay, there we go. So as you go through, if your hands move in this direction, you know, on a scale from 1 to 10, how much tension do you feel in your arms?
9 or 10.
Okay. If it goes this way, how much tension do you feel?
Very little.
That's side on. If it goes this way, how much do you feel? A little bit more than the other one.
Yeah.
But not a lot.
Right.
Isn't that interesting? There's a certain path that when the arm swing releases in this direction, side on, it feels all right.
Yeah.
Mine's different. You know, so let's go ahead and let go for a sec. Let me step in there. So, you know, if you take my position there, you know, and my hands move in an under position, I feel less tension here than I do over here. When I go this way, my whole chest tightens up, my lats are tightening up. Right now, my shoulders tighten up. So when I come through under, this feels very relaxed. If I come through on top, I mean, immediately when I try to go on top, my chest binds up also. So the more I go from side on to on top, my chest binds up. The more I stay under with my right shoulder, things are more relaxed. Okay? So everybody's a little bit different. So, but that's one of the aspects. Are you a side-on golfer? Are you an under golfer? Are you an on-top golfer? Okay? You take golfers that are side-on, for example, and you tell them to go under, like Reagan Lee, all of a sudden he starts shanking them and blocking them. Okay? You take a golfer that's an on-top golfer, you tell them to go under. They start shanking them even worse. So it's amazing. What happens is the side-on golfers and on-top golfers, their shots are usually going left in the beginning, and everybody says, oh, that's wrong, it's wrong, it's wrong. It's not wrong, it's either side-on or on top. But if you try to make them go under, they literally get into, you know, shanking and blocking, and I mean, it's even worse for them. Because it either goes dead right or dead left. Before they had one miss, now they have two. Okay? Again, if they're making a nice side-on move and it's going left, the answer isn't to try to come more underneath. The answer is to add verticals into it. Remember, side-on, that's a very horizontal action, isn't it? So if I'm making a good horizontal move and I want it to go straighter, I add verticals into it. I can also add depth. Like a guy that takes the club up higher and then he swings side-on coming down, it's going to go low left, isn't it? But if he gets it more behind him this way, and he rotates, he comes from the inside and he makes a side-on move, it'll start down the right and it'll draw back. It's still going to be low, but at least it's going to be in the pattern. Can you see that? So adding the depth and the vertical components into it is what makes them get that ball in the corridor. Okay? Does that make sense? Good. So as we go through this again, you're going to notice that there are, you know, 3 options for each. When we get to the third component of the basic package, what I call your swing track, it's what your elbows do. Okay? Your elbows can go around your body this way, and then the arm folds. So that's very what I call low track motion. Paul Azinger, Chad Campbell, Hogan. You see the right shoulder above the left arm, don't you? Okay? There are guys that when they go back, the right elbow goes down, the left elbow goes up. We call that cambering as far as the biomechanics is going on. That puts the left arm right through the right shoulder, doesn't it? Okay? Then you have ones where they go back and they lift the elbows. The old equilateral triangle, keep the elbows parallel to the ground. Davis Love. Okay? What I call high tracking. So where the elbows go determines the track in your swing. Okay? So if you know what your swing path, your swing track, and your anchor are, all of a sudden there's a whole set of things that end up having to happen. Okay? So for example, you take a mid-trap, okay, side on, center anchor golfer, kind of like a Tiger. Certain things have to happen. Number one, as they come through the ball, their left leg has to post. They have to post up on their left leg. Okay? As they come through, the right shoulder has to finish higher than the left. Fred Funk's in this department. But what does Funk do? He stays down under a little bit longer to chase it down the middle. He follows through, and he always does this at the end. He's not sure why. Okay? And I wouldn't change him right now because he's done great with what he did. But he actually lost distance. He'd probably be 15 yards longer if he just went directly through to a higher right shoulder instead of correcting in the end, which wouldn't be a bad thing. Okay?
Did BJ do that?
BJ does it also.
Lean to it?
That's exactly right. BJ stays under too long. He's a side-on golfer. You know, he's also, if BJ goes right anchor, he gets stuck and he hooks it. Annika, another center anchor side-on golfer, mid-track side-on golfer, she drifts to her right side, she gets stuck, she hooks it. Okay? So, again, just understanding how these features integrate with each other as we go is going to be very important. So this is just sort of the basic picture now, just to get us started. I'm going to get into the actual details of it next, so that, you know, I just sort of threw some stuff at you now. You don't have to, again, memorize all that. But just showing you, there are different combinations. You know, you can be a low track golfer, low track left anchor on top golfer, like a Peter Lonard. You know, people say, well, look, he does it because he's strong. No, he does it because it fits him. Okay? I worked with Stan Utley for about 6 hours on my putting one time, and he liked everything that was going putting-wise, so he goes, let's go play golf. So we go out, 4 holes or so, he likes, still, I'm doing it on the golf course, he's happy. So he finally asked me, hey, what do I need to do with my golf swing? So it's funny, I said, well, you're a left anchor golfer. And he's like, what does that mean? So I had to do the drills right on the golf course, and he goes, sure enough. He goes, I'm better off my left side. I said, you're also a side-on golfer, which means you got to post and get that right shoulder a lot higher. You know, he goes, wow, I used to do that at one point in time. You know, so we went down a list of 4 or 5 things, and he said, hey, you know, I did all those things at one time or another. And I simply asked him, I said, did you ever think of doing them all at the same time? He goes, no, I never thought of it that way. But that's, you know, how you end up mastering your swing. You figure out the things that work. Like when I was teaching myself, I would take notes every day. You know, and the things that worked, I'd really take good notes on them. Well, the things that reoccurred all, you know, every other month or 3 months or whatever, I figured these are really important things. The things that showed up in my note once and disappeared, I never saw them again. I'm like, well, must have been lucky that day, right? But if those things that you know work, you know, are important, then learn to put them together at some point. And this is going to help you get there.